Hey Gator fans, I am here with fifth year head coach Maddie Branow after a huge win on Saturday versus 10th in the state in Division II Virginia Episcopal School. So Maddie, how does it feel on Monday after a couple days of having such an exciting win?
I feel like I'm still in a daze. The whole game was just so exciting from start to finish. Getting through 4 rounds of overtime was unreal, and I still am just shocked in the best way possible.
So my heart is pounding just hearing about the playback of the game. How were you feeling and how were the girls feeling through all of this? Were you guys nervous? Was everybody hyped up? Or what was the vibe on the field?
I think everyone was feeling everything all at once. I mean,
Yes.
I know I was shaking and screaming like a crazy person. I know the girls were feeling the same way. The one thing about them is that no matter what they're feeling, at the end of the day, the most important thing to them is playing together as a team and working so hard for the girl standing next to them. And the fact that they do this at such like a young age and so consistently is amazing. They constantly are blowing me away with how well they play for each other. And that's how this game, that's why this game turned out the way that it did. One of the benefits of having such a small squad, there's only 14 of them, is that all of them are very fit. After that first round of 7v7s, of course after the game they were exhausted. After the regulation time, they were exhausted. But then the 7v7, it's 6 field players plus Emma. And the 6 of them put everything that they had on the field. We got a 5-minute break between the first 7v7 and the second 7v7. And I thought they were going to tell me they were dead. Coach, we need subs. They just said they needed to get a drink and they were ready to go. And they put everything they had on the field. It was just unbelievable. They dug deep. They had to, but they knew it was for the betterment of the team, and they dug. They dug real deep.
So you had 19 saves in the first 2 halves, and then you go into overtime, and then you go into penalty strokes. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in that situation before?
I have not. The penalty strokes that's the first time I've ever done that. And so I was I was nervous at first, but it took me very quickly to just realize that it was just like in practice. It's just how we do this in practice. You just got to play like you always do.
Before you stepped up to the ball, what were you thinking? How were you feeling?
Well, I was definitely nervous, but I was more calm because I realized it's a team effort, and if I were to miss, then I have 4 other girls also trying, and no matter what happened, my team would have been supportive, which was good.
After that amazing win on Saturday, how does it feel on Monday morning coming into school?
I think it feels really good because I think that was our best game that we've ever played, and the teams were really evenly matched, and there was like so much adrenaline going during that game. It ended up being like 2.5 hours, and it was crazy. So it feels good coming into school being able to say that we won. I was just so grateful that she scored because we had been going on for so long, and so all I needed to do was save the next shot, and so we could win the game. And when she made it, I was so happy.
Do you think this is one of the games that you'll remember most from your time?
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So much adrenaline, and we were so excited for hours after the game. Aaron and I were talking, we were still ready. We wanted to go running. We had so much energy, and we were so excited.
Yeah.
The best way to describe the game in general is just grit. The girls really fought for every single ball that they could get, and every single goal was kind of a scrap. It was pretty, but they really had to fight for it. And then the end of the game, just pure elation. The tears for exhaustion, for happiness, for sadness, for pride, for everything. It was just everything came out at that point, and hugging, the sweatiest hugs I've ever hugged, but so worth it and so satisfying at the end.
And I just turned around and I see my team, and we just ran over them, and it was just nice and welcoming.
And at the end, when our goalie saved the last goal for us to win, that was we dogpiled her. It was so fun.
Yeah, and standing at the 50 during the shootout was so fun because we were just standing as a team, and cheering and jumping and stuff.
After Molly scored and after I scored, I remember Aaron just running towards me, and we were all hugging and all of us. And it was really it's a really good memory.
So what do you have coming up next, Coach?
We've got 2 away games this week that should be fairly even games, so really excited about those 2. And just keeping this upward trend of positive play and playing like themselves. They finally have gotten into a groove, so I'm just excited to take it from there.
That's great. Well, congratulations. We're all so excited for you. It's a great sign for things to come in the future for your team.
Absolutely.
And can't wait to see you in the next game.
Well, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.